Hello there, Vlad here. Welcome to CatPick Fridays, episode number 45, and welcome to 2022. And
which you
as you can immediately tell,
and then not.
I am joined by Mr. Trey, Xavier. I'm getting some echo right away from someplace, so great start from me. Gonna find out what's echoing.
What is echoing? Is it my voice?
I am not sure.
It wasn't doing it before. If I do,
we're off to a great start. We've definitely did all the thing. Are you getting some echo? Because I'm not getting anything anymore.
Okay, I just hit mute on my mic.
There you go.
But is it better now?
It's fine with me now. Alles gut, as they say in Norway.
Okay, I hit mute, but then I turned it back on, and if it's still working, then we're ready to go, bro.
Sometimes like these things are of mysterious nature, something like that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, and as always, I have to remind you that there's timestamps in the description. At least when this live thing ends, I'll be adding some timestamps there. And by the way, I guess I should mention Rich isn't here, as you can tell. And we found the American equivalent of Rich. I don't know what that even means. Trey, you're the...
I'll just be him. I'll become him. Playing the role of Rich today is going to be Trey Xavier. Pretend it's Rich. Hi.
we should have done like an intro as starring today Trey Xavier as Richard Morgan. You know, like some sort of like daytime soap opera like intro, and then he would just bring you in. You just have to do like a turn, like some sort of pose. Exactly. That's how we do it.
Anyway.
But yeah, Rich...
I hope that I am at least a reasonable substitute for Rich. I don't have his hair. I don't have any hair at all. He has glorious curls, and I miss mine. Technically, I do have very curly hair. I just, shave it all off because I don't have enough of it. So I could... It would just be a few years before I could be as glorious as that.
Yeah. In a way, I'm jealous of his hair because, like, you don't have to decide what kind of, like... It's always as it is. Like, there's no... the only way to... Like, I guess you can get a ponytail if you, like, really let it grow out. But otherwise, like, that's the hair you're going to have. Because I have to... Like, I have a lot of options. None of them seem that good. That's why I'm wearing a hat most of the time nowadays.
Look, if you have hair, just be grateful for it, okay? I wish
that is true as well. Have I ever shown you pictures of me with long hair?
Yes, I have seen them.
Beautiful.
Lovely. I've seen pictures of you at your wedding, I think. Didn't you have, like, a fucking, swoop? What year was it?
That was 2011. So that's it was like up here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Up to my elbow, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
you're
like, and the only times. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're from Finland, and that's probably a lot less weird over there. Most of the Finnish people that I know have super long hair. Of course, they're all metal dudes in bands, but
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, where we. Yeah, something. Rich is sick. Trey's here too. Yeah. Quicksilver mentions, haha, the flock of seagulls emo thing. What's the flock of seagulls? Is it a band? What am I missing?
Is it a band? Yes. Flock of Seagulls is a band that is more famous for creating a hairstyle than for the music. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, think of what a song of theirs was, but I can see the haircut. It was kind of a predecessor to the this kind of emo.
Nice.
But that's it. you got to leave your legacy somehow. If it's just in hair, I mean, think about it like this. If they found a hairstyle that didn't exist and created it, I'm impressed. Like, came up with something signature enough. They left their mark on history. I mean, nobody will ever actually do that unless they're like unless you're a character in a 80s period piece movie. Oh, it's Iran. I ran so far away. Oh, sorry, I demonetized your video.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I think it was worth it for the hair history alone.
Hair history. Trey's hair history. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, we were someplace. We're going to obviously talk about Trey's new songwriting course in a bit. Or we're going to have a commercial break.
Whenever it's clever. Let's give people something.
But yeah, I think it's time to give people something they used to expect from the show. And one of those things is definitely some gear stuff. And we're going to start with that in recent happenings. Oh, that was an abrupt ending. Well done, me. One of these days. StreamYard is confusing, or maybe I just suck at it. One of the two. Something that neither of us has really covered, even though one of us is running some sort of like music gear news media type of YouTube channel. Well, it's the YouTube channel, isn't that? But you have a site.
Sure. For some reason, we didn't get it up on the site. I don't know why.
Oh, you didn't even do that.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah. Neural DSP has released the Petrucci Archetype plugin. And based on all the demos that we didn't release, it sounds freaking amazing.
Yeah. I have it. I've only so far used the default setting. So like you open the plugin and the sound that's already pulled up is super sick. I am a old school Dream Theater fan. I've loved Dream Theater for like more than 20 years at this point, I think. And being able to just like boop, you get his tone just like that is pretty spectacular. Of course, everybody's gonna fucking use it now, like everybody and their grandmas.
That's true.
Everything, but for lead tones, I just want to be a Petrucci clone anyways, so
yeah, same for me actually. Yeah, we got a comment from Quicksilver. Am I the only one who thinks that Petrucci looks like the uncoolest bounce?
Or a guy who would give you a tattoo at like a place that's like reasonably clean, like a B+ from the Better Business Bureau or whatever.
Yeah. Is he what's his name? Leland Sklar of guitar?
Oh, yeah.
With his beard and his hair?
Yes.
He's the black version. He's like the black head and bearded version. Hello. Bots. Gonna kill that one quickly.
Yeah, kill those bats.
Sorry about that. But yeah, like I've kind of like the previous Neural DSP plugins just based on the demos alone. I haven't tried all of them, but this one is like Petrucci is the guitar hero for me, and I gotta try this out properly. Maybe do some sort of video with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free trial for like 2 weeks.
Well, that, and like Petrucci was the one who drove me to the Mesa Boogie madness because I've owned, let's see, 6 or 7 different Mesa Boogie amps, including the Mark IV and Mark V, because of Petrucci. So,
yeah, the JP2C is ridiculous. I rented one to make some Kemper profiles for my Kemper profile pack, and I would like literally just like scramble the controls and try something different, and everything sounded amazing. Like there's no sounds on there that aren't good. Like it would take so much to ruin the sound of it. So I was like, damn, I still don't have one of my own, but do I even need one now?
Yeah, that's a question. I mean, it's kind of fun. Yeah. It's not as fun, though it's highly practical compared to a 120 watt amp. So, what do I know?
Yeah. And for like, what is it? $150 or something? $200?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Mark 5 is $3,500 maybe. Not sure. So somewhere like in that price range, at least. I kind of want to get a Mark 4 again at some point. Get like a 2-note Scapter X or something with it, and then just to have it.
Just to have it.
Just to have it.
I have a stage where I can blast amps if I want. I haven't tried it yet because I've been. Oh yeah, I don't have my stuff hooked up properly yet, but I have like I'm gonna have a like Henning Light size rack of amps all hooked in through a switcher, and I'll be able to put it through a cab if I want to.
Oh, that's nice. That is really nice.
That'll be exciting.
One of these days.
My nuggets. Yeah. One of these days. I'm almost ready to do that. I've got the time now. Almost.
Now that your era of songwriting contest review or like live streams is over, now you actually have time to do something else. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to Petrucci, I guess. I bet this will sell. I don't know. This will probably very quickly be the highest selling plugin in the catalog. Like
his
easily.
Guitar is the second most popular signature model guitar of all time, I think. I read that recently.
I think I saw that.
It stands to reason that he would also sell a lot of plugins.
That is very true.
I mean, he wouldn't do it otherwise, right? Like,
yeah. That as well. And like, weirdly enough, this also makes me more interested in quad cortex because I think they've teased that there will be an ability to kind of have these plugins in the unit at some point, to some extent at least.
Yeah.
And getting that unit with that user interface, it being like slightly Finnish company, they're kind of vague about the origins, but I think their headquarters is in like Helsinki or somewhere over there.
They're in Finland. The dude who owns the company and runs it is from South America somewhere, but they're in Finland.
So they're enjoying the same time zone challenges we did today. So yeah,
we got it going.
We got it going. So are they, it seems, despite the time zone challenges. But yeah, as I mentioned, this got me even more interested in the quad cortex, and also seeing like a bunch of people starting to use those live. Seems like a cool unit.
Yeah, I've been. They're hard to get a hold of now. You can't.
So I've heard.
I mean, it's just like everything else these days. Like supply chain issues everywhere, and they are not immune. Especially probably as a smaller company, it's probably even harder for them to get the parts that they need because there's, huge manufacturing companies snatching all that stuff up because they can. I don't know. They've been in business longer or whatever, but.
Yeah, it almost actually seems unfair what kind of loans they had because the quad cortex debuted at time 2020, which we still got to attend.
Yep.
And I remember you did like a quick video of that thing there, and then this little thing called pandemic started, and it's been difficult ever since.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's that. Gonna try this out and most likely post something online, so stay tuned. And I'm assuming you're doing something as well.
Actually, I don't really have any particular plans to.
Okay.
But...
Cool. Yeah.
I'll probably wind up using it in some videos, like just.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody and their grandma got a demo out on launch day, and it kind of seems redundant.
Metal grandma.
Yeah,
with a weird.
And my grandma.
Yeah. Another thing that's going to sell bucket loads. PRS shares new SE Silver Sky colors and specifications via Instagram. And yeah, these have been rumored for a while. They've teased these for a while. And we got 4 first models kind of revealed, I guess. This look nice, though. What do you think of the colors?
I think that they match what I think John Mayer is going for with his sort of current vibe. Like, if you look at these ads, forget the actual colors for a second. The like style of the ads. No, go back to the other ones. Yeah, like that kind of. It looks like those like ads you'd see in the back of a magazine, a guitar magazine from like the 80s.
That is true.
And that's his like whole vibe for this album that he's been pushing, like it's got that style. So these colors kind of look like that. Or like, I guess like early 90s, more like, not so much 80s.
Yeah.
I literally just grabbed my mouse and started turning the scroll wheel just like I could scroll on your computer. That doesn't work. So I think
it doesn't.
I think it kind of has that sort of a vibe to it. But yeah, I mean, obviously they had to do this. I think they probably only put out 4 colors once again because of the like supply chain issues. I bet they wanted to do this a year ago, and getting even enough enough of them in stock to bother announcing it was probably a huge challenge. Some like think like you think of like these big companies or whatever, they got it all under control, but like they still have to deal with manufacturing issues, and like it's the same thing. I like the SE guitars a lot. So they're manufactured overseas, but then they do the setup and everything and the QC in Maryland. And every SE that I've played has been super sick. Like, obviously, like, import general quality, but much better playing and sounding and everything. But so I'll smash the crap out of one of those. I don't mean smash. Yeah. I'm not gonna smash it.
You're just gonna get one and smash it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so long and so much to get this in my hands. Now I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah. Rumored prices are like $850 or so, or 700 Great British pounds. I think SE models are like roughly in that price range. Maybe there's like an extra 100 because it's a John Mayer signature thing.
Yeah.
But then again, you mentioned like SE is like great, and I was really close to buying the Opeth Michael Oakerfield one back in the day. Just didn't like the logo on the guitar itself, so like that was the only thing that kind of made me rethink, and I think I just bought something else.
I think it's smart not to put the name of the person or the band on the front of the guitar. I think most signature models that sell better don't have that, because you'll forever be a fanboy, like looking like a fanboy. I think the Petrucci models are like general enough that you could play it on stage with anybody and it wouldn't look out of place. Like you could I always thought that maybe not the what's it called? Not the Majesty so much, but just the JP. Yeah. Like you could play it at a bar mitzvah and nobody would think twice, Same with these. I mean, it's basically a Strat. So, but if it said like John Mayer across the fretboard or whatever,
people his face on the body of the guitar.
Oh, they wouldn't be able to look at it, watch you play, and think of anything except that. If you're playing the Opeth guitar and it has the Opeth logo on it, like people will just think like everything that you play relative to Opeth. Like, is this heavier than Opeth? Is this less heavy than Opeth? Why I don't know. That bugs me.
Well, the third question would also be who or what is Opeth?
Right.
So yeah. So
And
one
why
of those
are you
three.
shredding over my son's 13th birthday celebration? He's becoming a man today.
Exactly.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
All I can think of, like, looking at these guitars is the fact that how much Fender messed up, like making John Mayer angry and leave the company, and him going to PRS, and what a win it's been for, I guess, him and PRS obviously as well, because they're like really invading the Strat market now.
Like, why?
Sorry, what?
I said, do they hate money or something?
Yeah. Have you ever heard the story, or the rumored story? What happened? No.
No, I don't think.
So there was like a guy who John worked with for years. Again, this is rumors. This is the thing I heard from someone else, type of thing. And yeah, there was a guy working at Fender who John worked with for many, many years. They were good friends, and for whatever reason, Fender at some point kicked that guy out, and John really, really didn't appreciate it, and that kind of led to him leaving Fender and then obviously joining PRS.
Wow.
Because Paul knew better, I guess.
Crazy.
Yeah. I want to see these in flesh, I guess, or in pine, or whatever the bodywood was with these.
Sorry, flesh? You want to see a flesh-colored guitar?
No, in flesh. And I don't mean the color, just like being able to go to the store. However you Americans say this, I don't know. My English not good today.
Wait, do you mean, you mean like a
correct?
natural finish?
No, just to go to a place and see them in real life, not
in the flesh. Oh, you want to play one? Okay.
Yes.
I thought you meant
Trey's gonna give me an English lesson today. I deserve it.
No, it's not. It's not your English. I guess it's the difference between in flesh and in the flesh. I was like, Jesus, Vlad, that's fucking brutal. I want to see one covered in human skin.
Yeah, I want to see one just with a blood splatter finish.
Shit.
Like a really weird special edition.
The one video that I did on the John Mayer guitar, the other one, the not SE one,
yeah,
was like one of the stupidest videos I've ever done. It was such a like silly shit post. Like, it was called "This Guitar Only Plays One Chord." Really, really dumb. So if you want to see me playing a guitar that looks like this, like an idiot, I basically played a bunch of meme songs on it. Like, it was just a dumb excuse to play meme songs.
lovely.
So they're
There you
cool.
go.
I like it.
Yeah. One thing they also made, like, there's a small change in the guitar where, like, the US made version has 7.25 inch radius fretboard, but this one has 8.5, which is actually a bit. I don't remember seeing 8.5 anywhere.
8.5?
Not vintage enough.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm out.
In my head, I'm sure that I couldn't tell you which one was which if I played both. That's such a small thing.
Well, I gotta say 7.25 is so vintage that that's where like I can actually feel the difference, and because I keep fretting out the chords. It's so
I like
it
anyways, personally.
Yeah. But 8.5 seems more accessible. But yeah, these are gonna sell bucket loads for that money. $850. Probably comes with like a decent gig bag or something like that as well. And I think they mentioned somewhere that they're gonna reveal more information on 11th this month. So if you're listening to the show next week, then the information will be out, and you'll know more than we do right now. Yet we're the ones talking about it here right now. Yeah. And jumping to the next thing, KHDK Electronics and Scott. Okay, not Ian. Ian.
Yeah. No, it's Ian.
Ian.
Ian. You second guessed yourself that time.
Yeah. It's 10 p.m. for me already, so it's so late.
It just turned noon here, and that's still early for me.
Yeah, but yeah, he teams up with KHDK Electronics to release a JSL pedal, more metal and clarity, says the article on gearnews.com. Yeah, and Scott Ian is obviously the Anthrax guitar player. This looks...
What does JSL stand for? Does it say?
No. Let's see. JSL...
I'm curious.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a limited edition. That's something I can tell. 333 units.
Yeah, all of these KHDK signature pedals, they do a super short run with cool artwork, and like they always sell all the way out.
And then it's on reverb for 3 times the price.
Yep. It's a smart move.
Yeah, especially for... Sure.
Then you don't have to keep them on hand in stock for eternity. You know what I mean? You just you just make as many as you're gonna make, and then you sell them them all, and then you're done. Like, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is actually, you could kind of think of this as almost like a collaboration between two of the big four, because KHDK is Kirk Hammett.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So this is a Metallica Anthrax crossover, kind of.
The one we always wanted to happen. I mean, the artwork is cool, as Poo Ninja mentions here in the chat. Yeah.
Hi, Poo Ninja.
It's nice.
It's
nice.
Yeah. It's like, it's silly, but it's so over the top. Yeah. That yeah. I think that people who are into guitar pedals care more about the artwork than anything else a lot of the time, or at the very least,
yes,
they'll buy novelty pedals just for the artwork. So if you're thinking about making a guitar pedal, slap some sick artwork on there. It's worth paying somebody to make something cool, even if it's just silly.
Yeah,
it's just kind of both.
Yeah, I've bought many pedals where, like, for example, I convinced myself, like, yes, I definitely need like a phaser pedal, or I definitely need like a clone style boost pedal, even though I don't play anything where like I would actually use it. But because like that overdrive looked cool, I had to have it on the pedal board.
Had to have it.
Yeah. So these are probably like sold out already by the time this show.
I know, I'd be willing
reaches.
to bet that they did not stay. Let's try. I'm gonna try right now to buy one.
And there's a product page. Let's check it out. I want to ship it to EU. Can I add it to cart? Wait, can I actually buy this? I have a discount code. No, I don't.
I'm not. Yeah, it looks like you can still get one.
Wow.
I'm not going.
Oh, there's. Yeah, maybe their site isn't up to date. Oh, it's not available yet. I don't know.
It might be a pre-order.
Could be. Yeah, cool graphics. No idea how it sounds. There's like an Instagram clip of it. But as you mentioned, I don't think people buying this will care how it sounds. They just want one.
Yeah, I think it'll, look, every KHDK pedal that I've played has been pretty awesome. I think they're, the guy who makes these, who like designs them, is a genius. He does... I first heard of him because he was doing these modded modules for the Randall modular amp thing, which they eventually gave up the license, which is now Synergy amps. But
Yep.
what he was doing is you could get these like stock Randall modules for it and send them to him, and he would mod them to sound like real amps. Like I had an Angle one that sounded like an Angle Savage, I think, something like that, and stuff like that. And they're pretty amazing. He's a smart cookie. He's from the Czech Republic. I actually got to meet him in the Czech Republic while I was on tour. Super random. We were in the city Budweis, which is where the name Budweiser, the beer, comes from. And
I kind of guessed that
7 years ago, right? So I like posted like, I'm gonna be playing in Budweis, and he was like, oh, you're playing at like the local club. Let's meet up. And he was really cool. So
nice.
cheers to all your success, bro. Anyway, so I'm sure that all that to say, I'm sure this is gonna be great.
Yep. And I don't remember actually trying a single KHDK pedal, but from what I've heard, they're good. So just
For what you heard from me just now.
mix. Yes, you too. Quicksilver says it's actually
Budovice.
Budweis is the old German name. Ah, there you go. For learning the new things.
Yeah, but I can't say
Quicksilver. Yeah,
I can say a German one. I don't even know how to read
Budweis.
the Czech alphabet. It's wild. All those sort of as the further you get towards into Eastern Europe, the more little letters that they add and little things and letters that look familiar. And then I'm like,
and
I'm out.
Yeah, as soon as you cross the Russian border, then you're completely lost. Then it's different letters that you don't have in any other languages.
Luckily, everybody that I met in Czech Republic, what's the other one? Slovakia, Poland, all those places, they speak great English with a really thick accent, but excellent English. Because otherwise I would have been screwed.
Yeah. Before we talk about some Ibanez guitars, I thought now's a great chance to talk about songwriting course. This is like a very random, unplanned ad, but I think you've been like on a promo tour with the whole thing, so
pretty much.
So
it's
what
kind
is
of like
it?
they you'll do like the morning talk shows if you have something wild going on, like, and here's the guy who pulled a fish out of who was dying, saved the fish's life. Tell us the heroic story. And it's like, thanks, Ellen. I can tell you about it. So you're Ellen right now, and I'm Fish Guy. But
Ellen and the fish. Sounds like a really poor, like a Disney spin-off.
Ellen and the fish. I mean, Ellen was a fish. She played Dory in Finding Nemo.
Oh, that's true.
She's both. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, let's get back to reality. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
songwriting course.
You just want to help me promote my songwriting course, complete
yes.
rock and metal songwriting, and I'm ruining it. So thank you for bringing that up so organically,
so smoothly.
Yeah, it's
just like that.
People seem to be enjoying it, which is more important than anything else for me. You know, so far nobody said anything bad about it, which actually makes me a little nervous more than anything else, because I'm like, there's no way it's perfect. Come on, but yeah. Do you want me to just keep talking about it, or do you want to ask me some questions?
Yes. Well, just for people who don't know what it is, yeah. For people who don't know what is it about?
It's about every part of songwriting, specifically, sort of catered towards heavier music. You know, but it's universally applicable. Like, you could use all of the things that I talk about in any style. It's just that rock and metal is kind of what I know the most. So I actually, in the course, go through and write a whole song. Like, you watch me write an entire song start to finish. And then there's a lot of like mindset and philosophy stuff as well, because that's also very, very important. Especially because I think a lot of people are kind of scared to even start. They're worried about doing it. Like, there's going to be some kind of, I don't know, like there's something that could go wrong, or I don't really know. But a lot of it is that kind of thing, just like encouraging people to just start and just not worry about it, because there's no negative consequence that can come from writing a song or trying anything artistically with music, because nobody has to hear it. Like, if you're worried about making something that sucks, you're never going to start. So like, pretty much at the beginning, I'm like, look, you have to stop being so precious about it. Just do it. If it sucks, it doesn't matter. There's literally zero negative consequences, except for like 50 bytes on your computer, like, and like a little bit of time wasted, which actually there's no such thing as wasting time when you're working creatively, because there's so much trial and error that goes into it. You have to do the trial, you have to get the errors, you have to fail a lot. And then I just show a lot of super practical things that you can do to get from your initial seed of an idea, your little musical nugget, your motif, riff, whatever, and turn it into a whole song. That's where a lot of people have a hard time, because they can come up with a lot of riffs or ideas, but they don't know how to flesh it out into a whole song. So that's let's see, what are some good sort of general things that I talk about? Well, okay, for example, throughout the song, I use each different part of the song as an example of how to write, starting from a different like piece of inspiration. Spice meet the ball. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. But like, for example, the bridge, I write some chords first, like just a chord progression. And then I build everything off of that. The chorus, I start with a melody and lyrics and build around that. The verse, I start with a guitar riff. And just to show that you can start anywhere. And and then I just basically go through and show you how to do all of the stuff, all while talking about it, talking through it. So I think it's mainly cool because something like this, as far as I know, doesn't really exist. Like, there are songwriting courses. You have one. There is a Vlad songwriting course. But specifically for rock and metal, as far as I know, I don't know of any other ones. I could be dead ass wrong, but I think people think that you don't need, for metal or something, you don't really need to like learn or study or something. And that's partly true, but at the same time, that's why there's a ton of terrible metal.
I think, yeah, I'm just gonna intervene. I think with metal music, there's like this thing where, like, okay, this guy just learned to shred by himself, and then he learned how to write amazing hit songs by himself, and he took like one piano lesson when he was 3, and that gave him all the knowledge he needed to be successful. Whereas, like, really, those guys wrote like hundreds of crappy songs, and the top 10 they ever wrote are the ones we know them for.
Yeah,
Really.
you don't see the pile of garbage that they made before they made anything that was good. And also, a lot of those type of people, like, they found one thing that works, like one formula, and then they just hammer on it for 40 years. Like, it's not so much that they're like great songwriters as much as they just found some formula, and one thing, and then they either hammer on it for 40 years or they build a career on it and then try to do something else because they're sick of it, and their whole fan base is like, fuck this. Like, oh, you changed, you sold out, you whatever. Like, you don't play melodic death metal anymore. You used, like, you know, like In Flames, like, you know, they did. I mean, whatever. Their new stuff is great. It's very different, but like, that's because they know how to write a song. But the same, you know, the same thing. Like it's like the AC/DC problem, you know. So it's mostly about helping people write songs that they will love more than anything else, and just helping them to do whatever it is that they want to do in whatever style they've got, and giving lots and lots of ideas as to different things that they can do. And it's fun.
Yep. I'm going to be the kind of most frequently asked questions. First of all, do people need to know music theory to get to be able to basically attend the course?
No. Of course, it will help. I mean, music theory will just help with every aspect of learning music. But there's nothing in there that will be prohibitive for you, except maybe the part about chord progressions, which isn't. It won't be prohibitive. Like, you're not going to not learn anything. It's just the words that I'll use you might not really understand, because the problem, of course, is that there isn't another way for me to communicate certain ideas. Like, it just isn't. There isn't another language for me to use. You know what I mean? So in that sense, like, if I say the 5 chord in the key, there's not another way for me to say that. If you don't know what that means, it's okay. Like, I explain it a little bit, but it's not a music theory course. But pretty much everything else is absolutely, you don't need it. And I think I explain everything in such a way that you wouldn't need it. So don't feel like you have to be a whiz.
Sounds good to me. I'm trying to think of other. What if I don't? Well, you kind of covered that already. But if I don't really play metal, should I still get the course? It's kind of a very.
I would say absolutely yes. I mean, rock, any genre is the same basic elements. If it's like a rock format, okay, like guitar, bass, drums, vocals, keyboards, right? Not writing orchestral music or I don't know, EDM or something, right? The basic elements are the same. It's just stylistic choices that you make that will be different. If you're playing reggae, all the same things will apply. You just add those stylistic things, like in reggae, like sometimes they'll put the kick drum on 2 and 4 with the snare, or they'll like often hit the kick drum with the snare, and like I don't talk about that in the course, but the idea of like layering certain things at certain times, making your final chorus like this big event that's like the kitchen sink version with all out, or going the other way, doing like a super low dynamic chorus or something like that. All of these sort of principles will apply no matter what.
Yep. Sounds good. And I ran out of questions at this point.
Great.
You covered it all.
If I say any more, it's going to give the whole thing away. That's a lie. It's a 15-hour course. So
we're not going to live stream for 15 hours. So
no.
I hope not. If you want to find out more, there's an affiliate link in the show notes. So be sure to check it out to find out more And yeah, if you've seen any of Trey's like songwriting critique videos or his songwriting videos and stuff like that, I'd like to say he knows what he's talking about. Obviously, it's like limited more to a specific genre, but still.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You've written some nice songs over the years, so.
I like to think so. And even if I haven't, even if you think my songs are terrible, I've studied great songs enough to analyze what's great about them, and I pass that information on to you, even if you think I can't do it, which is completely subjective.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, links in the show notes. Be sure to check those out, and it's an affiliate link. So getting the cost to that helps me, helps Trey. Where do I need to point at here on StreamYard? There you go. There's Trey.
Hi.
This feels very weird because to me you are. But
hold your finger up. We'll touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reaching to Finland.
Imagine if our hands would like suddenly appear on the other side. That would be cool. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. That. Yeah. Jumping back to some gear stuff, because I guess this show's about gear as well. Gear that you use to write those cool songs. That's seamless integration.
That's why it's important. Yeah, look at that. What a transitions today.
What a transition. Yeah. Let's talk about some gear that you can use to write those awesome songs. Ibanez brings in the 2022 with RJ Premium and AZ Premium models. So premium ones are the Indonesian made ones. Right. I think so. And then the regular ones are made in Japan. And yeah, this Ibanez AZ Premium AZ42P1. Catchy. In gloss black finish. It's just a gloss black AZ. Exciting, I guess.
Although, have they had one of those thus far?
Not in the premium range, at least. I think they had one in the Japan-made one.
I mean, that's an easy sell, you know, a black guitar. People are going to buy that.
Yeah, that's what they keep making them.
Also, I like the matching headstock. A lot of the AZs have a natural headstock. I don't like that. I don't like it. Get out of here, Rich.
Well, that's the British. It's like Rich is here.
It's just like he's here. Although, of course, now we're looking at this next one. And it's still black headstock, but it's not, doesn't match the bottom.
Like with the 7-string one, I actually like to have like maybe like, because these are also like roasted necks, like that roasted maple would actually look better than the black one. Why is it finished black? And what is that color supposed to be?
On the body?
They don't say. It's like a poplar burl.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty cool.
I see.
But throw it on the headstock too. Come on.
Yes. Come on.
From the piece. Just toss it on the headstock. Come on. It looks so much better.
Come on.
God, when there was that whole thing about rosewood, how they were like kind of, what was it? The CITES thing, like where you could get rosewood. I was so stoked for that because I fucking hate rosewood fretboards. I hate them. And so they found for a while the guitars were coming out with maple and ebony fretboards, and rosewood was out. And then they kind of loosened up the regulations, I guess, and now we're getting rosewood fretboards again. Oh, good.
Yeah, though they're also replacing those with some wild laurel or something like that. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. They
I don't know.
were rushing to find alternative woods to replace it with because they were like, ruh-roh.
Yeah. Honestly, like, the neck I like the most nowadays is just like baked maple with like maple fretboard. That's my go-to if I could choose.
I'm all about a maple fretboard most of the time.
Yeah. It's nice and simple.
Often ebony as well.
Third guitar is the AZ Premium AZ47Q 471 QM. Quilted Q for quilted, I guess, quilted maple top. Yeah, another like a very
cool.
yeah, looks very Ibanez to me. And that's not and I don't mean that as a bad thing. That's how they've made guitars for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like a nice quilt.
Yeah. That reminds me of they have the S series as well. That kind of looks a bit like that. It's like if an S series guitar and RG had a baby, that's how it would look like.
Yeah.
Guitar babies.
Do you know why they didn't do these guitars for so long? Why they'd never had a proper Strat style guitar?
I do not.
Time. They straight up, they got sued into the fucking Stone Age in the in like the late 70s because they, Ibanez started out making copies, and they got just hammered in these lawsuits. I can't believe they still exist. But so it was good in a way because they started making a bunch of very original models that are the ones that I think they're obviously more known for, like the RG, and that was their jam for the longest time. And I guess they were just gun shy about making a Strat copy or a Strat style guitar. They didn't even have one that had 3 single coils in it until whenever I dropped that one video with Jamie Humphreys. What is it called? Anyway, it was literally less than a year ago. I mean, it was not even 6 months, I think.
Oh,
so
because I was thinking like, yeah,
they just didn't want to get sued again.
Yeah, I think like the first that was like closest that was, oh come on, what's his name? Andy Timmons' signature guitar. I think that was the first one that was like even close to a Strat.
Yeah.
And Quicksilver asks, aren't these guitars super expensive for Japanese-made guitars? For Japanese-made, no. For Japanese-made, no. But Indonesian-made, still no, I guess.
No, that's definitely high for Indonesian, but those aren't the prices that'll actually be. That's the what are they call that, like the MSRP here. I don't know what RRP means.
It's like estimated price from which they will then kind of. It's usually less than that.
It'll definitely be a lot less than that. But still that's. I think even what it'll be down from that's kind of a lot, but that's kind of how it's going, just in general inflation. That would be even that these prices in general would be a great price for a Japanese made guitar.
Yeah.
Or at least around about what I would expect.
Yeah. I mean, these don't come with, like, they also, like, these don't come with some random pickups. They come with, like, proper DiMarzios, which already ups the price. And Goto hardware and stuff like that. So these are, like, just really good professional level guitars.
Yeah.
There's an RG Premium. Like, yeah, this is the Ibanez I know. And kind of like, though I would never buy a guitar like this.
Well, I love neck crew guitars. To me, the neck crew is the jam. So I think this is cool. I mean, I don't like that one. The gray one I like.
Yeah, I don't like the Floyd Rose type of bridge just because I hate setting it up.
Yeah, I'm very
like when it's set up, it's great, but I just hate the setup so much.
Yeah, I think this one right here is the jam. You can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, this gray one in the middle here. Although I don't like the block inlays. I don't know. I'm incredibly shallow when it comes to guitars.
Well, there's so many choices that you can get exactly what you want, basically. So I think it's okay to be picky.
Yeah.
I'm fine. And if you're spending $1,500 or so on this, I think you can then complain about not wanting to have block inlays. I think that's fine. That doesn't make it too shallow, I'd say.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, for like seeing like the RRP, whatever that means, prices start from 2,000 US dollars for Indonesian made one. Like there's definitely inflation happening, and I don't know if they have like shortages for guitar related gear that much, but yeah.
Yeah,
Prices are going up.
That yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Quicksilver also mentions Tokai guitars are cheaper for a full thickness Les Paul, for example. Yeah. Tokai is also difficult to compare because, like, in Finland, we have access to both Gibsons and Tokais pretty well. And while they look very similar, like, my personal take on the guitars is that they don't feel, like, even close when it comes to, like, just how those guitars feel. Like, if I would get, like, a 1,500 or 2,000 euro Tokai and a Gibson Les Paul, they feel very different. I don't like how thick the lacquer on the Tokais is, for example. Like, as Japanese-made instruments, they feel fantastic. They're, like, fantastically finished, and, like, all the polishing and everything is perfect. But they just feel, I don't know, not my thing.
Yeah.
Do you have Tokai guitars in the US? I don't think you have those. You can't sell them. They look too much like Les Pauls.
Yeah, well, they make a pretty big line of stuff, and they were like trying to break in. Like I talked to them at NAMM once. I don't know. They're kind of like Ibanez in the sense that they have this very broad range from very, very cheaply made stuff to very high end stuff. Wait, am I thinking of the right company? Yeah. But I don't think we really get them here. You know what? I might be thinking of the wrong company actually, now that I say it out loud.
I think
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Strike all that. I was thinking of a different company. I was thinking of Tagima.
There you go.
Tokai, right. Tokai mostly makes copies that are too close.
Yeah. And they can sell those in EU because at some point EU ruled that you cannot at least like patent the body shape. I think they decided that headstock is something that you can like patent,
right.
But with guitar body it's not so much. This is something that I discussed with a local luthier who knows what he's talking about. So I believe him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like Tokai guitars are very prominent in the like beginners guitar market here.
Oh,
you can get something decent for like 150, 200 euros.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And that looks exactly like a Strat, pretty much. So
I remember Yari from Winter Sun recorded that whole first Winter Sun album, most of it on a Tokai Telly.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that. It's true. Now that I think of it, it explains the rhythm guitar sound on that album. It's
very unique.
Clanky.
A heavy telly tone, like you really hear the string like sounds.
I think it makes me appreciate that. It makes me appreciate it even more because like playing that stuff on a telly, hats off.
Yeah,
I do it literally as well, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Last piece of news we want to cover is Samsung to premiere a LED fretboard guitar this week, and this comes from GearGuards.
Yeah.
Not sponsored. Yay. Looks like a guitar that has LEDs on its fretboard, and I think there's like an app that they're pairing this with.
Yeah, I wonder if it's kind of like the what are the other two that are like this? So there's the Fret Zealot, which actually you can get my guitar, at least one of my Relationshapes guitar courses on the Fret Zealot, and it lights up with what's on the screen. So if you get a Fret Zealot, you can totally take my course on there if you have the subscription. And then there's the other one, that has, so that's like a sticker and that you put on there. There's another one that you buy the guitar and it's the Fret Light, and it's built in. Whoop. It's built in. I wonder if this is going to be like that.
Looks like it. Wouldn't just Robert Beck had a VOLA like that or something? Well, technically, I think that it was just the dots that light up. Yeah, I don't think it's like this where it shows you where to play the chords. I would love to like get a guitar like this and like upload some like Yngwie tracks in it and just see it go crazy.
Yeah.
Just all the Yngwie arpeggios. Is this a good way to learn the guitar? What do you think?
I don't know. Yeah. I think it could probably be very, very. Oh Jesus! I think it could be very, very helpful. Like when I've used the Fret Zealot, I think I spent so much time. I don't know, worrying about the technical aspects of it that it's probably a good way. Because there's the part of learning the guitar where you literally just have to figure out where to put your fingers. I think if you hit a certain point past that, it might be overkill, but I don't know. I think the name is kind of funny because ZamStar. So like one of my Korean friends pointed out to me that Samsung means 3-star. So sung is star, and in Korean il sam, sam is 3. So the fact that it's called ZamStar is kind of just means Samsung. Like, but I mean, it makes sense, star, like they're little twinkly stars. Picking hand gets no such instructions, says Poo Ninja. You're right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But there's only so much.
Yeah.
They can do.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm not sure. Like,
it could be cool. It could be cool.
It could be cool and useful, but then also like, yeah, because now you're following the LEDs. You're not even following the fret markers on the guitar. I don't know. Very hard to tell. It could be helpful at the very beginning, like, because translating what you're looking at on like a sheet music or even tabs, like translating that onto guitar, if you're a complete beginner, could be difficult. That would make more sense. Like put your first index finger here and middle finger here, and like that could help. But yeah, as soon as you start playing, like you get past that point, not sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is the perfect way to learn all the Yngwie and arpeggios. Who knows?
Could be.
Yeah. I think this is Quicksilver. Yeah, Quicksilver also brings out a great point. Like you may also run into over-reliance on where to put your fingers when practicing scales. Not sure if it promotes muscle memory long term. Do not know. Maybe. Marty Friedman. Augmented wrist brace available soon, says Pony. Yeah.
I guess if you think about it, it's really just another way of like showing what the music is. Like tab tells you where to put your fingers, right? It's not really any different from this. It's just a different format. It's just a different way of displaying that information. Like people who read sheet music, who you read, the grand staff, like probably look at tabs and they're like, the fuck is this? Like it literally shows you where to put your fingers. That's cheating. This is essentially the same thing, but instead of on the page, it's just on your guitar. So it's not really any. I mean, it's different from tab, but it's not any better or worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the interesting point is that like it doesn't teach you anything about the picking hand. It's just where to place your fingers, which I guess could help at the very beginning. But yep. Otherwise, I am not sure. No word on the price or anything like that. They just unveiled this at CES 2022, and from what I've heard, CES is one of those shows like where, what was the percentage? Maybe like 2% of the products announced they actually like go into production or something ridiculous.
Is it really just
like
that? Oh my gosh! I went one year and it's pretty fun. It's huge. It's like 9 times 3. It's enormous.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it was like this year because probably,
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Were they even like were they able to attend anywhere? I guess US is like a bit. Some places are open at least. So. Yeah. Gustav mentions. Imagine someone.
It's still going till tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. Maybe there's a video available online. Someone trying out this guitar. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quicksilver mentions, imagine someone playing this live and learning just on the dots to play a solo, and then the guitar runs out of batteries. And the lights stop working. I actually like
this. If you're trying to do this live, you fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I would say this is still like more useful than Guitar Hero 3 that I spent way too much time playing in my teens. But yeah, actually, like as a show element would be cool. Like you'd kind of program the solo in the guitar and like it would follow where your fingers hit. Like imagine like a dark stage and you're doing that. That would be cool. But otherwise, that's the only use I can think of it for myself.
Well, if you saw at the bottom of the article referenced the Chris Letchford guitar.
Yes.
That's basically what that is. You can see
I see
videos of that.
Yeah.
Doing that. It's similar but less what's the word? It's just for show specifically. It's not for learning like this one is. Obviously this is a learning tool.
Yeah. All right. I think we will have to let Trey go soonish. Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got to go do my stream. I'm double streaming. And I got so I'm going to start about 30 minutes from now on my channel.
So let's quickly do a weekend watch and say goodbye. And CatPick Fridays will be back next week.
With your original cast that you know and love instead of this guy.
Yes. We're going to have you back again at some point.
Anytime.
Because it's fun. All right. Weekend watch and we're going to wrap up.
Watch it.
Video. It's not like you have anything else to do. Yeah, this week's Weekend Watch is something pretty useful. Sammy G, also known as samurai guitarist. I think his real name is Steve, which is like the most Canadian name I can think of. I met him once. He was really nice. And he was really excited when he heard I'm from Finland. He was like, hey, I love Finland and all the hockey teams and stuff like that. And by the way, I'm not sharing the screen properly. Thank you, StreamYard. There you go. Okay, there's an ad for his stuff. We don't need that. But yeah, he has a video that's called The Best Guitar Chords You've Never Heard of. And yeah, just shows you some really cool chord, like alternative ways to like fret some chords or add some like embellishments to them. And he not only shows you the chords, but then kind of gives you an example how to use them. I found this video really cool and kind of inspiring. Need to try a few of those out, especially like I might have some like acoustic guitar gigs coming up this springtime. Kind of want to up my acoustic guitar game a little bit because it's most likely me and my sister who she just sings. Well, I shouldn't say just. She's an amazing singer, and I don't want to like me just like jamming that one like C, G, D chords. I want to make it interesting to kind of help her shine even more.
Yeah.
And videos like this help a lot. Yeah, the best chord number 2 in the video, like the Dave Matthews chords.
Dave
like
Matthews
that.
does have a pretty unique style of guitar, you know.
Yeah.
I always thought like I don't really like his music in general, or like I just don't feel very strongly about it either way. It's cool. It's nice. I've actually seen him in concert twice, not just because I had a friend who was like, "Hey, you should come. Let's go see Dave." And it's whatever. It's fun. But he's got this pretty unique style of playing acoustic guitar. It's like jam band music, but he never takes a solo. He's higher, you know, he's got the violin, saxophone, and everybody else is jamming, and he's just If you get a chord named after you, just like the haircut on the Flock of Seagulls, you've made it. You've made something unique and jammed into the cultural unconscious. It's great.
Exactly. If somebody calls your playing style Dave Matthews chords, you've made it, I think. Yeah, but super useful video and inspiring. I need to start practicing this because, as I mentioned, I want to up my acoustic guitar game. I've been strumming the C, G, D chords way too much as of late. Need to take it to the next level. So there's that. Yeah, links to this as to everything else in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And I once again remind you, everything in the show notes. So be sure to check those. Trey, thank you for taking the time before your other gigantic 6+ hour stream. This is like a warm-up.
Yeah, just, you know.
And I can check you in a couple of minutes. Like, are you like immediately like fired up and ready to go as you start that?
Exactly. Usually I'm kind of like, all right, here we go. I'll be all ready.
I just woke up. This is my coffee.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We shall have you again. And Trey's course link stuff in the notes as well. Yeah, I gotta let you go. Thank you so much for watching, listening, liking, sharing, subscribing, things like that.
Bye, internet.
Gonna hit the outro. The thing we do here, like we have a really professional ending, which goes, bye podcast.
Bye, podcast.